I haven't recorded a single moment of training this week, which is not very bright of me, I know. But this is Sunday afternoon. It's the end of week 1 of training for Ironman 70.3, which is next June. That means there's 26 weeks to go from today. And week 1 has been about assessments. I've been working with a coach called Matt, and the first thing that he's done is set me up with some workouts which ascertain how fit or otherwise I am. So Monday was a swim, just a standard endurance swim set followed by a 5k run. That led on to Tuesday and the first assessment of the week, which was a session which had the aim of detecting what my power output would be on the bike. Although I've done Ironman twice before, I've never trained using a power meter, so it's all new to me. And that score came out at 218. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't looked anything up. I've no idea whether that's good, bad, average or indifferent. I do know that the 20 minutes hurt quite a lot, which meant that Wednesday was a recovery run. I did that on the track because I was with my running club, Burndon Roadrunners, but I just ran it as a very easy recovery run and inserted into that towards the end 4 30-second strides just to keep the legs turning over. And that of course led on to Thursday, which was another bike session, which I actually really enjoyed. It was broken down into different sections. Loved it. All of that on a static bike and a watt bike in the gym. Friday was really nice because it was a swim, and after being at work all week, there was something that I found incredibly relaxing and enjoyable about just knocking out length after length. It was an assessment though, so it had a 400 meter hard effort, a 200 meter hard effort, and as a result of that, Matt's updated all of my paces and everything else in Training Peaks, which again I really need to get my head around and have a look at and know what those are for the week ahead. Yesterday was a 5k time trial, and I decided to go to Alexandra Park with my son Matthew, and we both ran that as hard as we could. Now when I'm saying as hard as we could, what I found was I really couldn't get my heart rate up particularly high at all. The average was 160, and I know historically for a hard 5k I can get it up to sort of and sustain it at 185. The reason why I couldn't is my legs still felt heavy from Thursday's bike session, and my shoulders were incredibly sore from Friday's critical swim speed session. Still, I ran it as hard as I possibly could and was rewarded with a time of 21 minutes 18. It is my ambition to, at the end of this block, to get back under 18:30, which I know I can for 5k. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I think just with some consistency of running, that is where I will be. Of course, that meant that we rolled on into Sunday, and today was an endurance ride where Matt had inserted 6 30-second micro bursts. The whole point of those micro bursts was that I was operating at over 300 watts. It really did break up the 75 minutes on the bike really quite nicely. So totals this week, I have swum 3,775 meters. I have cycled I think 59 miles, and I've run just over 10. So not massive volume, but it is an assessment week. And I think most importantly, I have really enjoyed it. I'm going to be honest with you though, I've only glanced at the week ahead because what I'm trying to do is just keep everything in the day and make sure that I'm not overthinking it too much. However, there are 2 things that I have been thinking about. One, I am going to need to concentrate on the quality of recovery and of sleep. I have such a busy life and a busy job that sleep is naturally one of the things that gets cut, but that's where the magic happens. We all know that, so I'm going to need to think about ways in which I can prioritize sleep. And the second thing, which is not ideal to think about on the 7th of December, and that is making better nutritional choices. I am overweight compared to weights that have been before when I've done marathons or raced marathons, and when I've done Ironman. I'm overweight by about 35 pounds. Now that's just a result of laziness and poor choices. I'm not going to beat myself up about those things. I do know that as we start to approach New Year and we've got Christmas out of the way, that I need to get focused on that again and hopefully drop a few pounds, but I'm definitely not going to stress about that. I'm just going to lean into it and see what happens. Right, I'm going to carry on with this walk because it's really nice to be out in the afternoon with the dog, getting some fresh air, banking all of the good stuff that's happened this week, thinking a little bit about the week ahead, and overall just being very, very grateful that I get to do stuff like this. It's amazing. Whatever you're doing, keep moving forwards.